What's up, guys? It's your boy Justin, and today we're reviewing Defenders 94, which came out in 1981. This is a superhero comic book featuring Doctor Strange, Valkyrie, Damon Hellstrom, aka the Son of Satan character, and Hellcat. So yeah, I bought this book like last summer, and I totally forgot I had this book until I saw like Darkseid's comics haul video where he had a Defenders book, and I'm like, oh crap, I totally forgot I had this, which I was gonna review for Halloween month. So hence why I'm reviewing it now. And this is actually the first appearance of a superhero character that joined the Defenders, who you're gonna see in the book, right? And I gotta be careful because this book is used, and the person wrote it. The person who owned this comic book wrote her name, and it was actually a girl. Who knew girls bought comics back in the 80s? Right. Well, I guess if you ever seen the Adventures in Babysitting, you have the one girl who's like a fan of four. So this book is about, it's about like the Defenders rush to the aid of Patty Walker, who called them and said, I'm in danger, come, come help me. And the Defenders were busy on a mission, so they finally showed up, And by the way, this is written by J.M. DeMatteis, who I think did that famous run on Justice League International, where it was like the team that had Blue Beetle, Ted Kord, Booster Gold, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Captain Marvel, or Shazam, whatever you want to prefer. Right, so they rushed to the aid of Patty Walker, who is Hellcat, right? And lots of comic book ads. It's funny, I was reading this book, and I was like, it reminded me of this adult cartoon that was on Teletoons late at night, where it was basically about a town where like everybody was gay. It was like a gay utopia town, except for like one chick, and they go to like some scientist. I just watched this late at night, and like they go to some scientist, right? And I can't remember the plot, but like he had like a Teen Titans comic book, old '80s Teen Titans comic book, and they take his comic book and threaten him, right? Because they had something he wanted. He had something they wanted, and he's like, give me the girl or whatever, or rip your coloring book. And looking at the inking in this book, totally reminds me of a coloring book because it's so faded, and like some of the colors are out of the lines that it reminded me of a coloring book. Yeah, so they go to the Patty's house, and they find that it's destroyed, and there was an illusion on it, and there was a deadly trap waiting for them, right? And it turns out Patty Walker's old housekeeper is still alive, and she tells them the story of how Patty was kidnapped by the Gargoyle, who later joins the team. I'm not joking. And this is his first appearance. I don't think this book is worth anything, especially this book, because look at the water damage. There's spine ticks everywhere. But look at this. She's old in one panel, and then in the flashback, she's young, right? And it's like the same night. Oh my god. Yeah, she tells them the story, and apparently, Patty Walker was kidnapped by the Gargoyle, and was going to be like a human sacrifice. And because in the 80s, you had the Satanic Panic, which people were like, oh, that's just Christians overreacting, which was so dumb because in the 70s, you had like the Church of like Anton LaVey and the Church of Satan. You don't think one led to another, people, right? And so yeah, like Damon Hellstrom and the Defenders have to go rescue her, right? And then yeah, and it turns out they're setting up for future villains here. That there's like something called the Six Finger Hand, and like each finger represents a demon that wants to destroy the Defenders. So it's kind of like the God Hand from Berserk, and like I guess the Cenobites. I don't know. Yeah. Also, there's like a subplot that Nighthawk is sick and he wanders off somewhere, right? So yeah, you get this battle between Gargoyle and these demons, right? And they just get trounced by the Defenders. Also, I totally forgot that reading this comic book, I totally forgot that Pegasus, like the Pegasus that Valkyrie rides, is like is named Aragorn. Oh my god! So like yeah, it turns out Patty gets possessed by a demon called Arash or whatever. So you have this battle, right, between the Defenders and Arash, right, which the Valkyrie was able to like get a hold of, get like wake up Patty so like to expel the demon. Yeah, and it turns out the cultists were brainwashed by their mayor, who was the gargoyle, right? And did the Satanism to save the town from dying, right? So, which is like, oh my god. And he gives like this sob story, and the Defenders are like, fuck it, he can join the team. Also, you get this comic strip about Spider-Man rescuing this kid from getting kidnapped. And I liked how this bald guy looks just like Colin Farrell's Penguin from the Batman. And like Spider-Man consoles the kid who was just kidnapped by giving him Hostess Twinkies. Golden sponge cake, cream filling, delicious. Oh my god. So this is like a Twinkies ad. Which there was like a Twinkies ad in that Captain Marvel comic book I reviewed. And the book ends, and the sequel based on vampires going to attack next issue. So what do I think about this comic book? I paid $3 for it. And despite how fucking faded the inks were, and some of the art by Don Perlin was inconsistent, where he showed like one character was old, and then the flashback young, it was, but like overall, I thought the story was good, the action was good, and yeah, I liked this book. It was good. But yeah, I had some problems with the inking, which mostly because like this is an old comic book. But like but yeah, I would give this like a 6.5 out of 10. Decent read. I'm definitely going to pick up. One of these days I'm going to buy like more Defenders books. It's just that old comic books nowadays are kind of pricey, right? Because everybody just is. That's the thing with like if you buy comic books, you have these people that will just like put like large price tags on old comics and will trick people into thinking they're comic keys just because they have a large price tag, and then you look it up and it's like, oh, the book's not worth nothing. Which happened to me a few times, but yeah. This was a good read. I enjoyed it. And for my next Halloween month review, you guys vote. The choices are Kingspawn Volume 1 or Vampirella Master Series, which is has stories by Grant Morrison and Mark Millar. We have to have that. Oh my, the hip shot. Oh my god. I can't believe one of the writers of Vampirella, like got like messaged Perch by Comics and saying, "Hey, how can we make Vampirella as popular as Batman?" The answer is, you can't. You can't, man. Oh my god, Vampirella. Even when they got rid of her sexy costume and made it more PC, like like the sales plummeted. I think because obviously they did because they went back to the old sexy costume. But yeah, that's it for this review, guys.